Okay, hello everyone. We're back. Let's talk to Nidana. Mira, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. This isn't much, but please accept it as a token of my gratitude. Oh, excellent. She gave me some gil and some EXP. A boy errand. If you'll excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Ah, you are both back. Excellent. I have a message for you, Mistress Nidana. It would seem that the stores of Giant Skull are running low. What? But when last I looked, there was still plenty. I suspect that was before Urianger told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain. But we will need to replenish our stores. I should be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while my kidnappers are at large. Mira, though I am loath to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the Giant Skull? In case you're not familiar, Giant Skull is a type of ore found on the island. Owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Skull Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. May we impose upon you once more? Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenua. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. It so happens I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of hamsa, Mistress Nidana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I will bring the hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Alright, I forgot. We get to go on a hamsa ride. Which, saying that out loud sounds very, very odd. Alright, let's ride our chocobo over to the hamsa. Hey there, Fashan. Here are our hamsa, Miro. If the creatures look familiar, it is because they are close kin to your Eozi and Dodos. Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thandir, and many a hatchery may be found here. Alas, the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. On account of said hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant Host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth on your word. Are you ready? Then let us depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Alright, let's go. Look at these little fuckers run. Let us be off. If you haven't ridden dodos before, be warned. They have a wobbling gait. The character looks so ridiculous. Look at these little wings. That spectacular formation stretching out over the water is called Khadga, a word which means sword. This sword, legend holds, was wielded by the Minutia against the Murga before it was cast down at conflict's end. To the left, and requiring no introduction, is the tower. As you can see, it straddles a small island. Or island. Almost there. Though the main part of the hatchery is atop the cliff, the outpost itself is on the beach. I like that still giving me EXP for running through these areas. This music definitely reminds me of Ragnarok Online. This part doesn't, though. This reminds me of Final Fantasy 14. Actually, a little bit of Zelda. And here we are. Manned by the Radiant Host, this outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Well, well. Who should it be but young Varshan on an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me to come collect your report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant Host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. Though we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days, this remains the front line of battle. No place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how the fellow is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may be now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith with the satrap is unwavering, but still I worry for you. We would be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, do you hear? I will, Nadine. Nadine. Thank you. And who might this be? Not Hanish by the looks of her. Permit me to introduce Miro Prentice, of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? The towers appear over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of us are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you could share. You two, bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. You got a cool looking sword, and those spears are pretty neat looking too. Alright, let's go talk to these people. In Hootie. Ah, I've heard about you. The visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telophora? We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. But why are they doing this? What is this they want? This we don't understand. What? They want to die and take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have. Like our Eorzea and Far Eastern brothers. It occurs to me that I've yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve the peace of the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats as now. We train hard and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we struggle to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on 2 occasions, they came in force. We had to pay a heavy price. What of the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Katia. Katiyu. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Nurinair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're fun, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Our struggles are not unique, then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they are ready. Look at that, guys. That's what they're calling the Tower of Zot. Once again, the Tower of Zot might sound familiar if you've played other Final Fantasy games. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was as enlightening for you as it was for them. As a neutral nation of trading hub both, Razatan ordinarily receives steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, the stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand. As mine will keep me here a while longer, however, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need to follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. That's the tower from Final Fantasy Theatrhythm? Exactly, yeah. 529 meals to the east. I would put it like right around here-ish, I would say. Though the hamster appears to want to return home, it reluctantly offers you its back. Alright. Oh. Okay. Sure. Alright, well, discovered a new location. Well, that didn't uncover much at all. Manjusuka. Vajra Kumara. I like Final Fantasy Theatrhythm. I am not very good at it though. But sometimes I'll turn it on even nowadays and just play through a song or two. Mini cat. He's still very cute. She has so many of the straws from like McDonald's that I just put them all down in front of her last night, and she like just sat there looking at them like I overwhelmed her with choice. Are you serious? What the fuck? Oh no. Apparently being in the circle wasn't good enough. That's actually super irritating. You play random sometimes, a good way to kill 15 minutes. Yeah, and plus you get to listen to FF music, and love or hate Final Fantasy, the music in the series is definitely fantastic. Nobu Yomatsu is did they not retroactively fix the old escorts? Yeah, they did. I'm not escorting anyone though. It's just apparently I had to be in the circle, which I was, but I apparently wasn't far enough into the circle before I dismounted, so the game didn't count me as getting there. Which is weird that they put a radius or a circle that you should be in. Anyway, I'm annoyed. That was super annoying. Sorry about this, guys. I know it's a waste of time, but honestly, not my fault. The things that piss you off from Endwalker, escorts leaving if you mount and hide and seek minigames. Yeah, so I think they fixed the escorts leaving if you mount. I think they just mount up themselves now, actually, which is, I don't know why they wouldn't have thought, hey, let's do that in the first place. So this game development always baffles me sometimes, because there's certain things in gaming that people just fucking hate. One of those being escort missions, and yet every single game is always like, either the player can just fucking deal with it, or we're gonna do escort missions, but we're gonna do it right, and they never do it right. Have I ever played? No, I haven't. But, okay, I can't say never do it right, but the vast majority of them don't do it right, and yeah. Aye, this is indeed the Giant's Guild's ground, and I am Zenuia. Is there something you require? Giant's Guild for the alchemists to say, but of course they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Tipping the scale. Here you are, a sack of the pierced giant skull. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. Hey, saying thank you for that. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need benefits. 2/3 of the game is an escort mission, but like they do it perfectly and they help you instead of being a pain in the ass. Yeah, so you're right, that is the correct way to do it. Unfortunately, the vast majority of games will implement something and it'll be just more of an annoyance to the player. For example, Tales of games give you one character you can play, although you can usually swap between them. The rest of your party members are fucking idiots. Some of them they get better with, but the vast majority of the game ends up being, hey, my NPC is gonna stand in shit and die. As we have discussed many times the same, especially with Tales of Arise. That is one of the prime reasons, one of the 2 reasons I would not play that game on hard mode after a certain point, because, oh my god. Ah, welcome back, Miro. Dare I hope that you have the giant skull? Tails is really bad about it, it is. Some less so than others, but... Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype. One that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it will be time for the true test. So please, take your ease while you can. By the way, I really like the music in Endwalker, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Like, every theme just sounds very pretty or awesome.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well. You have to hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavner, children of this star united in common cause against a dire threat. Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn, against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea. And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that. What is it? What did you see? Fandaniel, are you sure? If he knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds! This is the one!
At long last! Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments! We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place, to accompany me to the Tower of Zot. Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Let's hope it doesn't come that. Oh, you needn't ask.
Either way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
There we go. Saying you don't need to execute meat and meat on non-raid days. That's just the raid for, buff. Just so you know. In City Heroes, you had a super group of all female characters called the Arctic MDs. MDs standing for Mop Divers. Ah, fuck. That reminds me of, Van Wilder. Taj, do you know why I picked you to be my assistant? To teach me how to muff dive? No? Well, yes. The fucking term muff dive just makes me laugh. That's a fucking stupid term. Look at the king slime hat just bob up and down. Wait, why am I coming back over here anyway? Speak with the black-haired here at the Rise. Is this Fandaniel? I don't remember. Why are you here? Why are you like this? Oh no, okay. Hey, dude. Well, they got Miro hair. Talking to Miro. What do you mean I need to get back to work? Oh, have I really been gone that long? I really should go. But I was hoping to get a better look at the stage before I left. I'm sure you're busy, but could you assist me for a moment? Thank you. I'll inspect the walls, so could you make sure the stage is in order? Do you ever just like talk to some random person and they're like, hey, can you do my work for me? Some of the paint is worn off and it could use a fresh coat. Like imagine if you went into McDonald's and they were just like somebody was cleaning and they were just like, here, can you hold this for me and sweep that spot over there, and just fucking walked off and decided doing something else. There's a small hole in the floor. That can't be good. I guess that's actually how the dollar store operates, considering there's more than enough videos and evidence of customers coming in and helping clean up their stores. Oh, there's it. Hey, can you do my work for me? I can give you experience. Excellent. The cloth wavers exquisitely in the wind. No problems here. I offered to pay a friend in exposure recently to have her come and deal with work with my father, and she was like, no. Apparently exposure is not good enough these days. Any problems? The floor and the paint, I'll have them fixed the next time I come by. Thank you for checking. You know, it seems odd that I've never met you until now. You wouldn't happen to be the adventurer sent by the students of Baldessian, would you? You are, and there I was delegating you menial tasks. If I had known, I've always admired travelers like you. You see, I was studying to be a dancer under Mistress Nashmira at one time. I wanted to see the realm as I traveled as a performer. And maybe I still can. Not as a dancer, of course, but as an alchemist. Oh, but we should hurry back to the great work. I don't want to cause any more trouble than I already have. Why did I have to come out here? Oh, wait, this is not the main quest. Shit. Okay, well, we did that, I guess. Nidana's up there. Oops. My bad. I was like, why does this feel really out of place? That's why, because it was out of place. It reminds you of a Key and Peele sketch. It's two guys that are planning a heist. This one guy talks about going in, getting a job at the bank, working there for 30 years, and then retiring. That's actually good. Fuck you, walrus. Instead of calling it a walrus, they're like, how can we just call it a walrus? Wagner. Kurt Walrus. The guy's like, that's just a job! Yeah. That's good though. Alright, guys. Let's do this cut. Alright, let's take a break and then we'll do this next little bit. I think there's a cut scene here, so it's a good time for that. Don't go anywhere, we got more after 14.